Browns getting ready to go to Vegas. They will leave on Friday. They're getting a little bit healthier as they head towards this game on Sunday. The good news, David Njoku back at practice on Thursday. Now, we don't know if he's going to be able to make it to Sunday or not, but Mary Kay, this is obviously the first step for him getting back on the practice field.
It really is. I'm sure everyone was very happy to see him out there today. He really only did individual work while we were out there watching practice, so I'm not sure he's going to be ready to play yet, but he's one step closer, and they certainly need him.
Yeah, and it's worth noting he did stop at one point and get that ankle taped up. So, again, we'll kind of see where he's at on Friday. But, Ashley, just to have him back on the field, at least it means he's close.
It means he's close because, of course, we haven't seen him out on the practice field since September 6th, the day or 2 days before Week 1 against the Cowboys at home when he suffered that injury. But whenever he is able to come and play in an actual game, I do think not only will they be glad to have him back in the pass game, but obviously he's great at blocking. All the protection issues they've been having, he should help to alleviate some of that.
Okay, another guy back on the practice field today, Myles Garrett. And look, because of this weird week, Myles Garrett spoke today. He normally speaks on Fridays. And Mary Kay, he talked about the injury and also playing hurt.
Yes, he said an injured animal is the fiercest animal. So he is really ready to get out there and get after Gardner Minshew. And if you look at what he did last year against Gardner Minshew, it was 2 strip sacks, and he also blocked a field goal. So he had a monster game last year. He's hoping to duplicate or exceed that.
Yeah, that game in Indianapolis last year was sort of when he started to make his case for that Defensive Player of the Year award that he finally won, and a big part of that was how he harassed and got after Gardner Minshew in that football game. Ashley, I mean, we've talked about this. Myles, as long as he's not going to hurt himself more, put himself in a position where he won't be able to finish this season strong, which is something that we've obviously talked about a lot, having 75% of Myles is better than no Myles.
It is, and we know Myles in particular really gets up in games against other premier edge rushers, which is going to lead us into our last topic. But obviously one of those guys is Maxx Crosby. He talked about watching him a lot and really being impressed because Maxx Crosby, unlike the Browns who rotate their D-line, Maxx Crosby plays just about every snap for the Raiders. That's something Myles really admires about him, the way he fights through double teams, all of that. We know when there's another premier pass rusher on the other side, even though it's not defense versus defense, Myles Garrett loves to shine in those moments.
And that point you made there, Ashley, is how we know that Maxx Crosby really is legitimately dealing with an ankle injury, because on Sunday in that loss to the Panthers, he didn't play nearly as many snaps as he normally does. He actually did leave the field, which is very rare for Max. Now, Mary Kay, reports out of Vegas are that he did not practice on Thursday. That doesn't necessarily mean he's not going to play. It still seems like he's going to gut this out and go out there on that ankle. But this is not 100% Maxx Crosby the Browns are going to face.
No, so you've got 2 of the premier edge rushers in the NFL. Neither of them are feeling 100%. But as we have mentioned before, even a little bit of Maxx Crosby can wreck the game, and a little bit of Myles Garrett can also wreck the game. So these guys will be a factor.
Yeah, and actually we saw it against the Panthers. That one tipped pass that Crosby had, that one sort of potential game-wrecking play, that could turn into a pick six. That could turn into so many things. It only takes one play from one of these guys.
It really does, and I think this Raiders defense as a whole has been a little slow to get going. I don't believe Christian Wilkins has a sack yet either. I think they only have 5 as a defense right now, so who knows when they could get on that roll. The Browns certainly don't want to be on the receiving end of it.
Okay, we'll cover everything that happens between now and that game on Sunday, who's in and who's out, all at cleveland.com/Browns.